Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. My name is Tina Kavrigic, but don't worry, you just need to know Northern Stamper. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you taking the time to join us today. If you have any questions, please drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. Very simple. And today what we are going to be doing, we are making our very last card with Legendary Ride. This is a great stamp set and die cut, and I love the embossing folder. This is a great one for those guys that like to get out on the road on their motorcycles. So before we begin that, I wanted to thank a few people. This weekend was my birthday, and I wanted to thank those that I had received cards from. Thank you, Faye, for this lovely Thinking of You card. It is very pretty. I love the color combination, and this paper was one of my favorite. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Faye. I got this great card here. This is a very cool card. It is a seagull card. There we go. See, it opens up like that, like a seagull. Very pretty. I love this color combination, and this pattern paper was actually one of my favorite. Thank you, Regina. I really appreciate that too. Thank you for sending that. I love the two-tone color here on the flower. It was fantastic. Oh, Christine had popped me a fancy fold in the mail. That is fantastic. And it with the little belly band, and it just opens up like that. Look at that. I love it, Christine. Very festive for a birthday. Great color combination on that one. And this one was from Lori. Thank you. Using the two-tone flowers. One of my favorite. We did this with a set, and I love how she lined up the flowers here, that they look like all the pieces are just cut separately. Fantastic. Thank you, Lori, very much. And she decorated the inside of the card. Look at that. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Happy mail is the best kind of mail to get. I really appreciate it. If you don't know, the new annual catalog is coming out in May the 4th. As of May the 4th, I can show you what's inside. I can't show you yet, but I have great stuff set up for us for, I got tons of stuff for Takeaway Tuesdays. Takeaway Tuesday for May is all
right. I think it is time to upgrade our camera. Again, sorry about that. So this is, as I said, Northern Stamper. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to be moving on with the new catalog here. And sorry about that. Let's see. Okay. All right. Got it all set up. As I was saying, what I'm going to be doing is for May, we will be doing the new DSP that is in the annual catalog. And for June, we will be doing the new ink colors. Now, if you look at the new ink colors and you've seen them around, you may be wondering, oh, I don't know if I like them, but you know what? I got to tell you, they really turn out fabulous. They are lovely, lovely colors. And you don't want to miss June's Takeaway Tuesday. The link is below that you can join that. So you don't want to miss that. I've made some great cards with the colors. Absolutely fantastic. So May is Designer Series paper from the new catalog. The June's Takeaway Tuesday is new in colors, which are in the annual catalog. You will love them. July, we will be doing one of the stamp sets that is in here, so you don't want to miss it. So I got it listed in my events page, okay, so you want to do that. So if you would like a catalog and you're located in Canada, please drop me an email, northernstamper@gmail.com. Okay, hold on. Cindy says the sound is a little off, so let's reload this again and do the sound. It looks like we got this started now. Hopefully, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me now? That is great. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I made some minor changes and we will get started. Today we will be using Legendary Ride for this card. This is our final card of the month using this stamp set. So, all right, let's see. Did we get a thumbs up? Okay, I do apologize. I truly do not know what's going on. So we will be using the metal plate 3D embossing folder. We will be using the die cuts that come with Legendary Ride and the Legendary Ride stamp set itself. So just want to make sure. Okay. All right. So I got some thumbs up. The sound is working and it is all right. Let's just roll along. That's the way it goes. Some of the items I'm going to be using in this card are some circle dies, and this is with the scallop dies. I know that the scalloped is no longer available, but some of you may have it, so I'm just going to be using that for some matting behind the circle. So look for some circle, or you can cut it out square. It is totally up to you. Both ones will work, so I wanted to let you know that. In your package, there will be some DSP. Now, I'm not sure which DSP I'm going to be using for this card. Maybe I'll leave it up to you, either the tools or the little ratchets and bolts here. I don't know. We're going to be using this for some of the background there. So I have some DSP. I have some basic white. So we're going to need some of the basic white there. There we go. Get that in this frame a little bit better. We do need some black cardstock, some gray cardstock, and this great, it's like a gold or bronze foil, and we will be using this, and we will be using the embossing folder on that. So I got some of my black, and of course the card base. I have my card base here. I'm just going to fold it normally, as if I normally would fold it. It is a regular card base, so I'm going to start with that. In your set, if you received a package, there will be a strip of coordinating cardstock, and what we're going to do is we're just going to score it at 5.5. So I'm just going to score it at 5.5 here. And I'm going to fold it over, and what's going to happen is we will be placing that on the front here. Now it looks like I scored it a little bit long, but that's okay. I will just cut off the excess at that point here. Okay, so there we go. Those are the pieces that we need. All right, so got that all ready. The ink color we are going to be using today is Memento Black. Great for the motorcycle and for a sentiment. All right, so I just wanted to let you know. Okay, so what I'm going to do to begin with is I'm actually going to lay this piece of cardstock down, and I'm going to tape it down or glue it down, and then I'm just going to cut off the excess. So I'm just going to put that in the middle, and I'm lining it up on the left-hand side, and I'm just going to glue that on. So mine's a little bit long, okay, but that's okay. So I'm just going to trim it so that it is the same length as the card. There we go. Pretty simple. All right. I see some of the video is, hopefully it's still okay. So I have that on the front of the card, you see, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide it on the back. So that's where the designer series paper comes in. Okay. So your piece will be completely across, all right? Mine, I have a couple of little pieces left over, and I'm just going to layer it on, and then I will put a strip underneath and cover up that seam. So you want your piece to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. So you'll see mine just kind of, I'm just going to patch it together. Okay, so I'm going to lay that on top of this piece of cardstock, and I'm going to glue it down. So let's do that. I'm going to glue mine down and cover that piece that is going to be hidden underneath. As I said, mine is just in a couple of little pieces, but that's okay. There we go. Going to line that up. And I'm just going to put a piece of white in the middle to hide that seam right there. Pretty simple, and that's where my sentiment is going to go. So as you can see, it is going to come together like that, where we can see a little bit of the DSP on the top and a little bit on the bottom. Okay, coming together, we have a piece of a basic black, which will be a matte. Oh, no, not that one. That's my scrap. And that will fit right on top on there. Now, I don't want to lose these pieces, so I'm just going to keep gluing them down. So let's glue that one piece down. All right. And that will fit right on top. And there's a nice orange mat all the way across. I don't know about you, but I like to have a nice even borders all the way around. The next piece is a little bit smaller, but it is going to fit inside here, and this is the gold piece. Before we lay this down, we are going to run it through the 3D embossing plate. We're going to run it through this. A foil turns out really fantastic when it comes through. So you got your gold, and I already have it done, and it's going to come through on the embossing plate like this. Okay.
Let's try with the camera this way. All right. Give me a thumbs up if you're here. Okay. I think for my birthday, I am getting a new camera, a new laptop, a new everything. Anyway, so that we had finished off with the gold through the metal plate embossing folder. Okay. So when you look at that, it comes out really, really nicely. So we want to have that. Look at that kind of design on there. Looking great. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to glue that down and place that on the front of the card there like that. So I just don't want to lose it. So let's keep that going like that. So I just want to make sure that everybody is finding me again. I see a couple of people have. I do apologize. I have no clue what's going on. I think it's just the way it's going. Either Facebook is getting more changes than my laptop is upgrading. So what we did was we just glued everything down onto the front. Now, even though that looks fantastic, look at that, look on that. The color combination of these items are fantastic. What I want to do, though, is we are going to now bring in the stamp. I'm going to stamp this large motorcycle. And then what we're going to be doing is using the dies from the Legendary Ride. And we're going to be cutting some of these out from that. So let's do that. So I'm going to place this off to the side, and we will look at that in a little bit. So let's get a piece of basic white, and we are going to stamp our motorcycle on that with our Memento Black. Now, if you want to make sure, because if it's a little larger, you want to ink it up. So I'm just patting it and inking it this way and make sure it's completely covered. All right. There we go. Going to do that. And I'm going to stamp an image. There we go. And lift. It turns out fantastic. Look at the little spokes on that motorcycle. It does turn out really nice. And what we're going to do is we are going to die cut that out. Now, before we die cut that out, we might as well, if we're at the die cutting machine, we might as well just die cut out everything that we can. So let's get our little items. Okay. I'm going to pop these out. And we will be die cutting out that little motorcycle. Now, I don't want them to move around at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop on a couple of pieces of Post-it notes so he doesn't slide around. I know some people use washi tape. I use Post-it notes. Comment below. Do you use washi tape or Post-it notes. I'm kind of curious which one is the one that people use the most. So we're going to run that through the die cutting machine. But before we do that, we want to do some of the wheels. We're going to also die cut the wheels. We've got that on there. I'm going to take a piece of gray, right? We got the gray, and I'm going to die cut this piece of the motorcycle that's going to be going on top. So that will cut that out like that. And I'm going to be using the gray again with the Post-it note. Okay. Right. Going to place that on there. And let's do another one so it doesn't shift around too much. Okay. Now the final piece is we are going to be using that gold. We're just going to take a little strip of the gold. Going to cut a little piece off because there's a tiny little piece that is the seat of that motorcycle. And we just need a tiny little piece, and I'm going to cut that and die cut that out. Okay, so those are the items that we're going to die cut. And we will do that. So get those ready and we'll die cut those out. So just to save time, oh, I also forgot to mention, remember we had these circles? What we're going to do is we're going to cut out a piece of circle in white. Now, I know this doesn't fit, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to die cut the white circle. Oh, we're running out of room here. Okay, die cut out a white circle. And the one with the scalloped edges, we're going to die cut out in black. So that's what we're going to do. So it's all laid out here so you can see how what we are all going to die cut out. So as you're running it through the machine, you can probably get at least 2 of these on, or maybe 3. And as you go through one time, this way, you know, you're not wasting your energy on that. Okay. All right. So let's move these off. I already have them done, except for those little wheels. There we go. Once you have this piece of white circle die cut out, what you want to do is take that circle and run it through the embossing plate again. So you want to run it through the metal embossing plate. It's going to look really cool. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And remember that black piece, there we go, it's right behind it. So those two will go together like that. So there's the white embossed piece looking fantastic, which we'll pick up on that front of the card where we have this looking good. We have our wheels. I got my little wheels there. They're not popped out yet. Okay. Oh, short nails. There we go. Come on. We have our motorcycle. Got that. That is all die cut out. Okay. We have the image of the motorcycle itself. We're just going to pop out some of those pieces. All right. Pop those out so that we can see through. There we go. And there, it's going to lay on the motorcycle really nicely. And, oh, that's why it didn't pop out. I had a piece of, what is that? Post-it note on the back. All right. So move that off, and that will sit on top of the motorcycle like that. Okay. Remember that little gold piece that we have? The little gold piece, the seat, okay, or the fender will sit on that. It's going to go around and sit on that like there. So we'll have it like that. See, as it's coming together, now we're going to pop out the wheels that we have. This is like putting together a little jigsaw puzzle. Okay, that's going to go underneath. Pop out the other one. And pop it on the little release holes. These look like little, what are those? Hershey's Kisses. Do they not look like little Hershey's Kisses? That's kind of funny. There we go. So we have all of those pieces now die cut out. And we are going to bring back in our card and assemble some of these items. Okay. Oh, the circle. Oh, where did the circle go? This one, I believe, is 2 inches. 1 second. I'm just going to, so this circle is a 3-inch circle, and this is probably just a little bit larger than that. So this one here in the center is a 3-inch circle that I'm using. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to glue these items all together. So let's get that. I'm going to place the white on the black scalloped circle so I don't lose it. And I'm actually going to place it right on the card first. So you want to make sure that you glue in the center. So it goes in the center of your flap there. See, there's the flap. Okay. And now we're going to start gluing on the motorcycle. Now I'm going to use a little bit of dimensionals on this to pop it up. So let's get those on the motorcycle. Oh, there's a little piece that needs to be popped out. Put some on there so it gives it some dimension. Want to make sure I put on enough that it is well stuck. So I'm going to put that on there. Now you could just leave it like this. If you don't have the dies, that is totally okay. But I'm going to add on the dies, and I'm going to use the little glue dots, and I'm going to put on the wheels. As I said, it is just like putting together a little puzzle. So I'm going to put the wheels there. Right? Wheel. Okay. Oops. On the back. And I'm going to glue down the seat itself. Now you want to find where those are. Okay. Or if you want, you can use your regular Tombow glue with a little bit of a sponge and sponge it on. Okay. And we're just going to place that on top. Here we go. Right on top. And the last one, I'm going to again place the glue dot on the seat. And that's going to sit. No, wait, hold on. Is it this way? It's this way. Right on top. There we go. Now, if you would like to add a sentiment, you can add a sentiment on the outside, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a piece of white, and I'm going to add my sentiment on the inside. So there's the piece that would fit on the inside. Now I'm going to cut that down a little bit, or I could just leave it with just a smidgen of white. Oh, just a smidgen of white. I don't know. Actually, I think I'm just going to cut that down and place that in the center. So let's get this, and it's cut down just a little bit, and cut it down, and we'll add that to the inside of the card. As I mentioned, this is the very last card for Takeaway Tuesday using the Legendary Ride. If you have any questions, drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. I'd be happy to help you. Next week, we are working with the new Designer Series paper, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to love it. Oh, look at that. It is looking good. You are going to love the new Designer Series paper that we have. I have, I believe, 1 or 2 packages left for May, and we are starting with the sign up for June. Don't forget to check out all of the events that I have coming up. Sign up for the June takeaway. I have a limited package. I think I've made 12 of those. So if you would like to get in on those, I can mail those out this week. So there's our final card for Takeaway Tuesday using the Legendary Ride. Loving that. That's a great masculine card. I hope you enjoy that. I know there were a lot of pieces to this, but hopefully you were able to get along. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay, in the DSP is a little bit of items that you can cut out. Oh my gosh, I think I'm going to use that as my sentiment. And I've just done it a little bit on the edge. And I'm going to just pop it on there Oh my gosh, I can't believe how that just worked out. There we go. There is my sentiment on the outside of the card, which I used from the DSP. Remember, DSP is a fantastic way to go if you are looking for an economical way to make cards. The DSP and the InColors, very, very good way. If you're looking at wanting to use your money wisely, you sign up for those. The DSP is the way to go along with the colors. So you want to do that. Anyways, hopefully you had a good day, and I will know enough for next time to use the camera as opposed to the laptop for these classes. I do apologize. Any questions? northernstamper@gmail.com. Now, it is time to take our motorcycle and go upstairs for a coffee. Take care and have a great day.